According to Harvard research, social isolation in seniors increases the risk of death more than smoking or obesity. But no one told my mother until it was too late. And if you're over 60, waking up some mornings wondering why your heart feels heavy, why your energy disappears before noon, or why even a simple meal feels lonely, then this video might become the most important message you hear all year. Because today you're going to meet Evelyn, a woman who's 101 years old, still writes letters, still makes phone calls, still sings in the shower. And she didn't live this long because of good genes. She lived this long because of something far more powerful. A secret that every doctor forgets to mention, and you can start practicing it today. Stick with me till the end, because you'll hear the exact moment Evelyn almost gave up on life and the tiny shift that pulled her back from the edge at age 87. Evelyn's not famous. She didn't write bestsellers or win medals. She simply survived heartbreak, loss, loneliness, boredom with something even stronger than resilience: connection, purpose, and a little humor. Evelyn lost her husband at 80. Her friends were either gone or forgot who she was. Her knees gave out. Her memory began to fade. And yet, today, she's 101 and has outlived every doctor who once told her she had about a year left. So what changed? When I asked her, she laughed and said, "I stopped trying to live long. I started trying to live light." And what she means by that is the heart of everything this video is about. This is Maria G., 68 years old, from Arizona. She wrote to us after watching Evelyn's old interview on our Sprout community channel. "My husband died of COVID in 2020. Since then, I've lived alone. I used to stare at the ceiling for hours at night, wondering what I was still here for. Then I watched Evelyn talk about her 7 a.m. phone circle. She said, 'I call someone at 7. They call someone else. We don't ask for anything. We just say good morning. I'm still here.' That sentence broke me. I cried for 20 minutes. Then I picked up the phone. I called Sharon, my childhood friend I hadn't spoken to in 31 years. We laughed. We cried. We now talk every Wednesday morning. And you know what? I sleep through the night now. Let me say this clearly. Evelyn didn't give Maria a miracle. She gave her a reason. And sometimes that's more powerful than any medicine. If you've ever felt like Maria, wondering if anyone even notices that you're still breathing, drop a comment below saying, "I'm still here," because you are. And you deserve to be heard. Let's take a moment to understand why Evelyn's little phone circle works. According to a 2023 report from the Harvard Study of Adult Development, the longest-running study on human life and longevity, the single strongest predictor of long life isn't cholesterol, genetics, or even diet. It's the quality of your social relationships. Yes, even above healthy food or exercise. Because when the heart feels alone, the brain slows down. The immune system weakens. The will to move, to engage, to even chew food fades. That's why Evelyn's daily ritual, a simple phone call before 9 a.m., isn't just sweet. It's science-backed medicine. And it costs nothing. Evelyn wakes up at 6:15 a.m. She doesn't check emails or read the news. She puts on a soft shawl, makes tea, and dials one number. "It's been the same person since 2005, she says. "He's 78 now. Used to be a stranger. Now he's the reason I water my plants and do my hair." Some days they talk for 3 minutes. Other days just a "good morning. I'm still here." But that tiny act triggers something in Evelyn's brain. She matters. She's seen. She belongs. And if there's one thing I want every senior watching this video to remember, it's this. You are not invisible. My son moved to another state. My wife passed in 2019. I started watching these Sprout interviews as background noise. But Evelyn's story made me pause. I thought maybe I could be someone's 7 a.m. call. I posted in a local seniors group. I said, if anyone wants to be heard, I'm here at 7. Now I have 4 people who call me every week. One of them is 82. Another is 39. Evelyn gave me my mornings back. That, my friend, is what elderly wisdom after 60 life is all about. If this story touches you, write a comment with the name of one person you wish you still talked to. You never know who might be inspired to reach out today. So now you've met Evelyn. You've felt her story. You've seen the ripple her 7 a.m. phone calls have made across states, ages, even decades of silence. But we're only getting started. Because in part 2, you're going to hear about the 5 life principles Evelyn credits for staying sane, healthy, and joyful after 100, even after she lost everyone. These aren't theories. They're hard-earned truths born in grief, shaped by resilience, and shared with love. Don't miss it, because one of these 5 ideas might just save someone you care about. In our last video, you met Evelyn, the 101-year-old woman who survived deep loneliness, grief, and aging, not with expensive supplements or perfect health, but with connection. And today, we're going deeper. Because Evelyn didn't just live long, she lived well. She had bad knees. Her hearing wasn't perfect. Her memory sometimes flickered. But her spirit, sharp. Present, full of light. So what's her secret? She calls them her 5 lighthouses, 5 simple principles that guided her through darkness again and again. Let's walk through them together. When your heart is racing, your mind is not leading. Evelyn says the first thing she learned after her husband died and silence filled the house was this: if I didn't breathe, I would break. She started every day with 3 deep breaths before speaking, scrolling, reacting, or judging. She told us, I used to shout at people for being late. Now I breathe and think, maybe they were just trying to get through the day too. It changed her blood pressure. It softened her face. It saved her relationships. And science backs her up. Deep breathing, especially when done first thing in the morning, reduces cortisol, strengthens heart rhythm, and lowers anxiety in seniors by up to 32%. Have you tried conscious breathing in the morning? Comment below. 3 breaths, 1 peace. Let's see how many of us start our day the same way Evelyn does. Regret is a thief, but only if you leave the door open. Evelyn doesn't believe in ignoring her mistakes. She believes in giving them a curfew. Every morning after she breathes, she speaks out loud one thing she's letting go of. Sometimes it's something small. I forgot to water the plants yesterday. Sometimes it's deep. I wish I hadn't ignored my sister's call in 1986. But either way, she names it and then releases it. Because, according to her, you can't carry flowers and regrets in the same hands. Psychologists call this emotional unloading, and it's been shown to reduce the risk of cognitive decline in seniors by nearly 40%. Evelyn's morning mantra: I acknowledge it. I forgive myself. I move forward. What's one regret you're ready to release? Even if it's small, write it below. We're not here to judge. We're here to heal. Even a sunflower starts with 1 seed. After her 88th birthday, Evelyn made a rule: always have something to look forward to, no matter how small. Some days it was a new teacup. Other days, it was a call with a great-grandniece. Once it was trying banana pancakes for the first time at 93. It didn't have to be big. It just had to be mine. Having something to anticipate activates the brain's dopamine system, enhancing mood, focus, and even mobility in elderly patients. That's why Evelyn says hope isn't found. It's scheduled. And she kept a notebook called Tomorrow's Smile, a place where she wrote down one thing to look forward to every night. What's your tomorrow's smile? Share one thing you're excited about, even if it's just your next cup of tea. You might inspire someone who has none. Even in winter, a tree still gives shade. Evelyn credits her emotional strength to one simple ritual. Every week, she gave something away. Not money. Not always objects. Sometimes it was a memory shared with a stranger, a handwritten card to someone in a hospital, a compliment to a grocery store clerk. It reminded me that I still had something to offer even when no one asked. Psychologically, this built a sense of relevance, something seniors often lose after retirement. And relevance, Evelyn says, is the antidote to disappearing. This aligns with findings from Sprewat, Elderly Wisdom After 60 Circle, our community of seniors where members who engage in weekly generosity show 51% higher self-worth scores. When's the last time you gave something without expecting anything back? Share your story or plan to do something small this week. Let's keep Evelyn's ritual alive. The day will never be perfect, but it can still be precious. At 96, Evelyn developed insomnia. Doctors offered medication. She chose something else. Every night before bed, she whispered one sentence out loud. "Thank you for letting me be part of this day." It didn't erase her grief. It didn't fix her loneliness, but it gave her peace. Today, she still does it 101 years old, alone in her bed, whispering into the quiet, "Thank you. I was here." And you know what? That might be the most powerful mental health routine we've ever heard. Tonight, try Evelyn's whisper. Say out loud, "Thank you for letting me be part of this day." Then come back here tomorrow and tell us how it felt. We'll be waiting for you in the comments. Now that you've seen Evelyn's 5 life-saving principles, you might be wondering, did she always live this way? Was she always this wise? The answer is no. In fact, in part 3, you'll hear about the night Evelyn almost gave up completely. At 87, lying in a hospital bed after a fall, she asked the nurse to stop trying. But what happened next? A single question from a stranger changed her fate and led to the letter that healed a family broken for 20 years. Stick around for part 3. It might just change how you see your own life. In part 2, you discovered the 5 life principles Evelyn lives by, simple yet transformative habits that gave her peace, joy, and purpose well into her 100s. But here's the truth Evelyn never hid. She didn't discover those principles in comfort. She discovered them through a storm. And that storm came crashing down at age 87. It was a chilly evening in November. Evelyn, living alone in her 1-bedroom apartment, tripped on the corner of her rug while reaching for a book of poems. She fractured her hip and was rushed to the hospital. What followed was not just physical pain, but a spiral of hopelessness. She told us, "I wasn't scared of dying. I was scared of dying without being remembered or forgiven." Lying in a sterile hospital room full of tubes and blinking monitors, Evelyn asked the nurse, "Please don't resuscitate me if it comes to that. I've lived long enough." She didn't cry. She didn't scream. She just let go. But the universe had other plans. The night shift nurse, a woman named Natalie, 34 years old, overheard Evelyn's request. Instead of judging or trying to cheer her up, Natalie simply pulled up a chair and whispered, "If you had one more week, who would you write to?" Evelyn blinked, stunned. She hadn't thought about writing in years. But that night, her mind went straight to one name, Laura. Her daughter. Evelyn hadn't spoken to Laura in 2 decades. They had a falling out over a bitter disagreement involving Laura's divorce and Evelyn's old-school values. Evelyn admitted, "I thought I was protecting her, but I was really just protecting my pride." As the years passed, silence hardened into shame. Letters were written but never sent. Phone numbers changed. Time became the villain. But that night in the hospital, Evelyn asked Natalie for a pen and paper. Here's part of what Evelyn wrote. "Dear Laura, I don't know if you'll ever read this. I don't even know where you are. But I need you to know something. I was wrong. Not about everything, but about how I treated you. I let my fear speak louder than my love. I let silence do the talking. And I miss you more than my bones miss warmth." She folded the letter. Natalie promised to help track down an address. And Evelyn, for the first time in 20 years, slept without crying herself to sleep. 1 week later, Natalie handed Evelyn a sealed envelope. It had Evelyn's name on it in shaky blue ink. Inside was a card. And one sentence, "I've been waiting 20 years to hear that." Laura had received the letter. She cried reading it. She booked a flight the next day. They met again, not with fireworks, but with a long, silent hug. And from that day forward, every Friday evening, Laura would call Evelyn just to say, "Mom, I'm still here." When Evelyn shared this story during her Sprout interview, we received over 1,200 comments in 24 hours. People from all over the world wrote in, "This made me call my dad after 10 years. I wrote the email I never dared to send. My daughter and I are speaking again thanks to Evelyn's letter." Some even copied her exact line. "I let my fear speak louder than my love." Has there been someone in your life you stopped speaking to, not because of hate, but because of hurt? Drop a simple comment, "Still holding on." That might be the first step toward letting go. You might think reconciling after decades is impossible. But neurologists have found something remarkable. The human brain, even at 80 or 90, still has the capacity to rewire emotional memory through forgiveness. That means your nervous system can soften, your immune response can stabilize, and your sleep can improve, all from writing one heartfelt message. This isn't just storytelling. This is healing. Here's a comment we received from a viewer named Richard, age 76. "I hadn't spoken to my brother in 18 years. We had a stupid fight over our father's inheritance. But after hearing Evelyn's story, I mailed him a photo of us as kids, no words, just the photo. He called me a week later. Now we watch baseball together every Sunday. No one wins when pride wins." Evelyn reminded me of that. Sometimes the best letters aren't long. They're just true. Have you ever sent a letter that changed your life or received one? Share your story in the comments. Your voice might spark someone else's reunion. It was Evelyn's willingness to be vulnerable. She didn't wait for someone to apologize first. She didn't wait for her body to be strong again. She didn't even wait to know if her daughter would reply. "I wrote that letter," Evelyn said, "not because I expected forgiveness, but because I wanted to love again before it was too late." And isn't that what wisdom really is? You've seen Evelyn's fall. You've heard the letter. You've witnessed how healing one wound gave her the strength to live another 14 years. But how did she actually do it? How does a 101-year-old woman wake up with joy, clarity, and purpose, even when living alone? In Part 4, you'll discover her daily longevity routine, step by step, backed by science, and practiced by thousands of seniors in the Spruat community today. Stick around, because this isn't about living longer. It's about living deeper. You followed Evelyn through her fall, her letter, her forgiveness, and her transformation. But here's what might surprise you. Evelyn never planned to live this long. She simply built a routine that made every day worth living. And it's not complicated. You don't need a gym membership. You don't need supplements. You don't even need to get out of bed for most of it. You just need to start with intention. The morning isn't about productivity. It's about connection to yourself and to life. Here's Evelyn's morning routine, step by step. Evelyn never uses an alarm. If I'm blessed to wake up, I want the first voice I hear to be silence, not beeping. This reduces cortisol spikes and helps the elderly maintain calm heart rhythms throughout the day. She places one hand on her chest, one on her stomach, and takes 3 slow breaths. Each breath is a reminder. I'm still here. I still matter. Before her feet touch the floor, she whispers, "Thank you for..." It could be a person, a memory, even the taste of tea. Gratitude, practiced daily, has been shown to lower blood pressure, improve immune function, delay cognitive decline in seniors over 70. What's the first thing you say to yourself when you wake up? Try Evelyn's ritual tomorrow. Then come back and comment, "I woke up with thanks." By 9 a.m., Evelyn makes one meaningful contact. It doesn't have to be deep, just real. Some days it's a voice message to her niece. Some days it's a thank you card to a neighbor. One time it was a note to her mailman. You deliver more than mail. You bring routine to my life. Why does this matter? Because studies show that seniors who maintain regular communication, even short, are 37% less likely to report depression, 41%, more likely to engage in light physical activity. Who's one person you can message before 10 a.m. tomorrow? Tell us in the comments. Let's build accountability together. Evelyn isn't vegan. She doesn't follow fads. She just eats with awareness. Her typical lunch: half an avocado, 1 boiled egg or cottage cheese, a small bowl of blueberries, herbal tea with turmeric and ginger. Why this works? Healthy fats for brain clarity, protein for muscle retention, antioxidants to fight inflammation, herbs that reduce joint pain. I eat what makes me feel generous, not what makes me feel guilty. She also chews slowly, eats while seated near a window, and says out loud before the first bite, "This food will love me back." Try saying that line tomorrow before your lunch. "This food will love me back." Then let us know in the comments how that changed your mindset. Evelyn avoids news until after sunset. Why? My soul isn't ready for that much noise before it's rested. Instead, she reads or listens to one inspiring story, either from a Spruat community member, her favorite audiobook, currently The Art of Growing Old, or sometimes she watches replays of old interviews with 100-year-olds. She says, "I need to hear from people who've made peace with life, not people trying to win at it." And guess what? This practice, known as wisdom mirroring, has been linked to decreased loneliness, increased meaning, even lower rates of dementia. What's one wise story or quote you've held on to lately? Share it in the comments. Your story might be someone else's medicine. As sunset nears, Evelyn begins to slow down with softness. She closes the windows gently. She lays out her clothes for the next day. She turns on classical music. And then she writes one line in a journal. Not a recap. Not a to-do list. Just one sentence that begins with, "Today I," example entries. "Today I forgave myself for not remembering everything. Today I watered a plant and whispered, 'Grow anyway.' Today I survived." And that's enough. Then, right before sleep, she places her hand on her chest and says, "Thank you for letting me be part of this day." Yes, just like we shared in part 2. She still says it. Every single night. If you're ready to start a one-line journal, write your first line below. Start with, "Today Let's turn this video into a field of tiny victories. Evelyn's longevity routine isn't about discipline. It's about devotion to breath, to connection, to stillness, to gratitude, and most importantly, to the small acts that make life feel sacred again. You don't have to do it all. You just have to begin with one thing tomorrow. Because Evelyn's real secret was never the routine. Her real secret was remembering that life, no matter how old you are, still wants you here. If you've made it to this point in the video, you're not just a viewer. You're part of a movement. The Sprout community is built by voices like Evelyn's and yours. So if you feel ready, leave a comment, share this video with someone over 60, or simply write this one line, "I'm still here. And I'm still growing." Because as Evelyn would say, you are not your past. You are the gardener of your next morning.